So hi viewers, today we are going to discuss about healing crystals. So we have two different types of crystals. One is the Rose Quartz and the second one is GreenAventurine. So by using these crystals our aura will get corrected actually. So since every person will be facing some unknown pressures while doing work or reading or going somewhere or traveling, so whatever it may be. So in order to get relief from the pressures, so we should have certain mechanisms which reduces the pressure, also our body will get healed. So in order to reduce the pressures, we need to follow certain practices like daily doing yoga, meditation, having food which reduces the stress and improves our immunity, also doing some work that makes us engaged into some activities, and doing some community activities will actually improvise our health actually. So while doing all these activities, we also required some small part of the particles that help us in building strong. So those particles are nothing but the healing crystals. So when it comes to Rose Quartz is a feminine quality actually. So it does good for females actually. So women and girls can wear this. When it comes to GreenAventurine, it's a masculine actually. So males can, gents can wear this. So when it comes to these crystals are really helpful for us. While having a discussion, some people may say like, so what are they? They are just stones, right? So throw them out. Why do you want to wear that stones, huh? So that's fine actually, since every stone will not have the same chemical composition. So if you, for example, if you take a stone where if you rub it, it will create some sparks actually. So those sparks are nothing but the static energy, and this static energy will create a fire. So when it comes to quartz, if you rub quartz, you don't get static energy actually. So it will have phytoelectricity. When a stone of crystal is being pressurized, it creates a phytoelectricity, not the static electricity. So static electricity is something like the electrons will discharge from it, and then it will get absorbed by a different particle. So when it comes to quartz, if you wear quartz, if a static electricity is released and if it touches this crystal, it actually works as an insulator, so it will not react for the static electricity. If it gets field pressurized, what it will do, it will release phytoelectricity actually. So it helps us, our body to heal. It is the same for GreenAventurine also. So I wanted to explain a small story about it. So in Purana, when Ram was searching for his wife Sita, so Hanuman and the Vanar Sena has constructed a bridge, and this bridge is been constructed by using some stones, and these stones is been carried by Vanar Sena. So while doing this activity, there was very little small squirrels actually collected some sand particles, and they are just dumping those sand particles in between the stones. So when Rama saw it, and then he appreciated the very teeny work that was done by the squirrels. So why I am speaking about this story now is Even though squirrels are very small and they filled up the gaps with the sand, so but the stones are very hard and it can stand for the waves and hurricanes, and it actually creates a way path for them to travel from India to Sri Lanka. So what comes here is, since the stones has some gaps in between them, and these gaps is being filled up by the sand particles by the squirrels. So what these sand particles will do, when some pressurized hits the stone, and the stone absorbs the pressure and it get released inside their to a different stone. But whereas these gaps cannot absorb anything, so it creates a pressurized or a vacuum where it is called as a gap actually, and this gap will create a unwanted pressure for the stones to handle it. So whereas silicon will absorb but it will not reflect or react to the pressure. So whereas that silicon particles and the sand is actually working as an insulator for that bridge. Even though they are very small and they are filled up in between the gaps of the stone is very strong, but still the pressure that is being hit for the stone is being absorbed by these tiny sand particles. Since they don't react, they just respond actually. So likewise, these healing crystals actually, the tiny particles that doesn't react for the outside environment, where it absorbs it and it will heal us. So I will want to explain you a very small example of a quartz actually. So we have quartz watch, and this quartz watch will run for 20 to 30 years. And if there is no hardware failures, and this quartz watch will run for 20 to 30 years, and sometime it runs for lifelong actually. And the quartz watch, they will internally use quartz crystals only, but they use very small tiny crystal, and that tiny crystal energizes the watch for a lifelong period. So like that, even though these stones or these crystals are very tiny, but it actually energizes our body, it heals us, our aura, and it will move us for a long time. So whereas how these tiny particles inside the quartz watch will run that time for a long time, like that our time will get recharged by these tiny crystals of quartz by wearing to us. So get your quartz crystal bracelet today. To get yours, please contact me through WhatsApp or a Telegram, and the number is 9492611947. Thank you.